and welcome to Christ Hunting. This has been a fun time. We've been trying to get this. We've been trying to get a fire together for a couple days. It finally is not raining anymore, and we got a fire, and it hurts so. It doesn't hurt so good. It actually hurts.
It hurts.
I mean, look at Brad. He is being a little. I'm over here in shorts, cinching every leg hair just to prove that I'm a man, while Brad is hopping up there, just proving.
Because my leg hairs are singed to my jeans, but
Say that again.
My leg hairs are singed to my jeans right now.
Yeah, your little baby.
I don't think that's fine.
Anyways,
I'll burn my little bitch hairs.
Burn his little hairs. So, Brad, why don't you tell us where we're at? And oh my God, George, fix it quick! Oh my God, no, it's that. It's that. It's the video.
The screen.
Oh, the audio is going to be fantastic,
geez.
but the video is not doing too well. Oh, we got the power people over there. Oh my God, I don't know what's going on. Oh, George, you got GoPro in the way. This is embarrassing. This is. Oh my God.
Hey, can we edit that out?
No, we're keeping this. What are you talking about? This is great. All right, so tell us about like what we're doing, where we're at, what we do, what we've done. There you go.
We are at Betts Kelly Lodge in Doaktown, New Brunswick, on the beautiful Miramichi River. And
that's what it's called, Miramichi?
Miramichi River.
Okay, we thought it was Miramichi.
Miramichi.
Okay.
It took me 5 trips of figuring that out.
Fair.
But we are fall black bear hunting. Oh, this is going to be great.
Oh my God.
Don't mind the cooler.
We got to find. This is getting out of control now. Man, we waited to the last minute to really have a good time here. Wow. Thank you.
That looks great. Look,
man.
that comes from your special effects.
Yeah, that's not.
Man.
This is practical effects. What are you talking about?
Woo. All right. Can we get back to business here? All right, listen. We are fall bear hunting up in the beautiful Canadian New Brunswick wilderness, hunting these beautiful, I'm going to copy Cam Haines, bush dragons.
Ooh, bush dragon sounds, that's sexy. I like it.
It is. It's very sexy. So are black bear. Have you ever, they're a very majestic, sexy beast.
Wait.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
well, I was talking about Steve.
Oh. Yeah.
We all saw him today, and that is one majestic black bear.
He very much so.
He also fell down the stairs today. I didn't get to see it. George did.
He almost went in like a seal.
a big hairy seal.
I wonder if his
Oh my God. Oh, he is full on here. I love it.
I know Mason's going to watch this. So yeah. Mason, go grab your father and make sure he watches from this point forward.
Yeah, please, because hearing that he fell on the stairs made me realize that's what that noise and the vibration on the floor was. That's why we're running outside. But George told me today like how far he fell, and I was like, oh my God, he almost died.
Yeah, because I love you, Steve, but Crocs are like $25, and if anybody saw them, there's been many miles on them Crocs. They're literally slicks.
They are smooth bottoms on them. I thought mine were.
Can we get a Croc sponsorship? Can somebody pick us up?
If we can get a Croc sponsorship for this should be great. I will rock. We both have Crocs on. Look at us. God, that was kind of I don't like that.
At least mine are camouflage though.
Mine are green and orange. Mine are outdoors. Yours are camo. You can't see. If you walked into the woods and took yours off, you wouldn't be able to find them. I have orange on mine. I can see it.
I actually watched a couple of, professional hunters hunting in Crocs this year.
They're comfortable.
I probably would. They're very light. Very light.
I went into the water, got soaking wet, got out of the water, rinsed them off. They dried, and I'm back in them.
Mm-hmm.
Name another shoe that can do that. You can't. Crickets. What are crickets? Oh, those. Yeah, they're like, no, you can't. I thought you were talking about there was an actual brand called Crickets, and I was like, well, I've never heard of this brand before. Oh my God. So anyways, tell us more about what we're doing here. We've seen some good stuff.
Yes.
We've had fun.
Yep.
This is your. How many times have you been here?
This is here, at least our 9th or 10th season hunting here. So I mean, we actually got introduced from a good friend of ours, and actually our butcher Jason Poole. That was our original, introduction out to here. Well, him and Mr. Timmy. But we've come pretty much we put a group together every spring and every fall to come up here, and we just try to come out and have a good time.
What is it about this place you love so much? Like why this camp and why with them?
So there's not a place in that I know of that in this price bracket that you can have this quality of hunt. So far, because there's some other Canadian provinces and you hear great stuff, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and stuff like that. But for us being on the East Coast, they'd be darn near 30-hour drives. Not a real feasible, and you're paying upwards $3,500 to $4,000.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot of money. For us, it's literally, you can do it. It's a 1-day drive if you got a couple drivers. We typically break it up just because, we just like to enjoy the drive up. But the owners, Keith and Janet, are hands down the greatest people, like outfitters that we've ever personally met. And we've been to bear camps, a couple different bear camps over the years. And so your owners are great. Your price point's great. You can way better bear hunting activity compared to other places in Maine. I'm not saying, like I said, that there is other places great in Canada, but just not the numbers. You don't get the numbers that you do here. We've personally been to 2 different bear outfits. One was okay, and one was absolutely horrible.
Near here or
in Maine, just south of the border in Maine. And I mean, one was literally. I'm not mentioning any names, but it was absolutely. They stole $7,000 from us, basically.
Wow.
So, I mean,
that sucks.
This is reasonable for your average Joe, like $2,500 plus your license. It's doable. It's not something you can probably do every year, but in a couple years, you can save up that to come up here every year. So, I mean, it's not, and being up here, it's a completely different, for us being Maryland whitetail hunters, it's completely different.
Yeah. And it's been about 2 years you've been asking me to come up here. And you've known we talked about this in the last podcast. You knew my wife since you guys were like super young. And she's like, for your 40th birthday, you were going here. I don't think she understands, though, that like this is my 40th birthday gift. It's my 41st birthday gift. My 42nd birthday gift. I want to come up here every single fall. This has been an absolute blast just to get out here and hang with you guys. Not just that, like you said, Jenny and Keith have been fantastic.
They treat you like family. I mean, you have home cooked, 3 home cooked meals a day.
They're good.
Yep. I mean, you literally will eat more than your heart could possibly desire.
George, my friend George is up here right now. He only eats lunch and dinner. He eats a big lunch and a small dinner usually. Doesn't eat breakfast, and he's eating a meal every time. And I've never seen him like as uncomfortable as he's been. he doesn't have to eat it, but he can't help himself. And then like it's so weird in Canada how like it's breakfast, dinner, and then supper. And dinner is the biggest meal. And not only do you get like the biggest food, but then it's also like, oh, here's the best carrot cake you've ever had. I think myself alone, I've eaten 3 carrot cakes. Not slices, actual carrot cakes. And you guys laugh because it's true.
Listen, 100%. I mean, the cookies, the brownies. I mean, the pies, the blueberry pies, and just everything. What was the other one? Strawberry rhubarb pies and
with ice cream.
Yep. I mean, we've had banana pudding here, different coconut, everything you can possibly imagine. And if there's something. When you're up here, like if you need something or if there's something different, like, food wise, they're always open to changes. It's not, and the other cool thing about here versus like the other outfits we've been at, you cannot you're more than welcome to go help. Like if you want to be a part of it, like, cause back in Maryland, we hang our stands, we do
everything
and all that stuff. And a lot of people think, oh, it's an outfitted hunt. I'm not, no, you can come out here and you can be a part of it. You can go hang stands. You and
your dad every single morning have gone out, hung stands, moved things around, baited, done everything. And it's funny because when I heard of bear hunting, we talk about baiting, and like I I was like, oh, baiting, blah, blah. But it's the exact same baiting that I do in Maryland. I put corn out. We literally just put some marshmallows out. Like there's literally no difference than what I'm used to baiting at Maryland. It's just now instead of a whitetail, it's this big black animal that's walking through the woods that could kill me with one swipe.
You know, and it's the amount of work that goes into that they put into the baiting.
Oh yeah.
And it's endless. It's literally because all year long you are, acquiring bait, a scheduling bait for the future. I mean, between the grease, the donuts, the
marshmallows,
all the chocolates and syrups and all that kind of good stuff. And I mean, it never ends. The 55-gallon pails of peanut butter.
The rotten meat that will never leave my nose ever again.
The chicken. Oh man, listen, light stuff.
That is a smell that is like I was literally sitting in the Canadian forest with no sounds at all, complete silence. And you know what I smelled? Rotten meat.
What? Sometimes they like a chunk of beaver. And not listen.
Hey,
I teed you up. I teed
you did tee me up, and guess what? We all love a little chunk of beaver. Okay, I had to. You literally teed me up.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that, like, I mean, the cabins are fantastic here, and but to touch on what I was saying, like when I was sitting in the woods yesterday or the past couple of days, it's not the most remote thing you're ever going to go to when you come out here, but it is so much more remote than what you could ever get in Maryland.
You don't hear cars. You don't have airplanes flying over. You don't have, very rarely will you see an airplane flying overhead.
And not just that, but you don't hear them either.
No, it's too hot. Yeah,
I was sitting in the woods for the past couple of days, and I was literally sitting there, and like I know I have tinnitus in my left ear, and I've heard that people who are like in really silent chambers can hear their ringing so much more. I've never heard the ringing like that in my ear until this week. It is quiet. I remember George was in his saddle about 30 feet behind me. I remember sitting there and I was like, I hear nothing. I looked at him and I was like, there's nothing. It's nothing out here. And it really is. It's kind of eerie because there is nothing, but it's also so cool.
It is what I've personally found in it is that it is the mental disconnect that can recharge you.
It's true.
And you can't, like, I personally don't get that on the shore, or like hunting anywhere in Maryland or anything like that. It's just, there's some places in Western Maryland where you can go get that kind of solitude, but not here. I mean, like, it's nothing like here. I mean, here, there's literally places like today, like, and what's crazy is every year we come here because we help out, like, establishing new bait sites and stuff like that. And like, I'm emphasizing help because we're not, they're doing 100% of the work. But when you get out these places, like every time I come, it's like, oh, I didn't know about this other 25-mile long road. Where the heck does this go? Like, and the fact that you can literally go from like one side of Canada, like one side of New Brunswick here, straight on over to another province, you're just going to be on a dirt road the whole time.
It is crazy. Me and George talking about this. I can't believe that how many dirt roads in the back of a truck that we've been on in the past couple of days. And it's been 3 or 4 days of me always getting like sick and throwing up in the back. But there's so many dirt roads out here and they're so long. And it really is crazy that like everything is dirt roads out here. And not only that, but man, these people drive 120 kilometers an hour, which I think is what, like 75 miles an hour. Yeah. I can't believe they drive that fast on dirt roads. Yeah. I thought I was going to die the first night we were here because it's been raining the entire time, except for tonight. Like, this is amazing. It's the first time we've had sweatshirts on. The first time we've had a fire.
So we've had 4 nights. Yeah. By far, this is the worst weather we've had up, this is gorgeous right now. But I mean, we had 4 straight days of rain. And yesterday, I mean, when I killed yesterday, it was literally rain up until 6:45, 6:55. I did see a couple little bears before that, but and then 7 o'clock, no rain, bear out. But then it started raining immediately. So. And
it's so weird because Steve was 2 miles up the road from me, and he was getting rained on, and I had a period of light drizzle where I was like, "Oh, should I?" No, I didn't do anything. Yeah. And that was it. And then the sun came out. How the sun comes out and a mile and a half off the road, it's pouring on somebody. I don't get it.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. But we've had a really good week so far. Mason, who's 13, he shot a bear. What was it, first night, right?
Yep.
First night he shot a bear. His dad shot a bear yesterday. You shot a bear yesterday. I shot my first bear yesterday. We're waiting on one person to shoot something, but he's being picky.
Because apparently, if it ain't 380,
it ain't a lady or something.
Lady. Listen.
Oh, that was not 400.
Listen, we still don't understand if it ain't 380, it ain't a lady. We don't actually understand that yet.
No, but it rhymes.
It rhymes. We're working our way through that.
But since it rhymes, that's the best part.
Yeah, t-shirts to come.
Yeah, we should get t-shirts to do this. And it's one of those things that, like, this place, like, when you pull up, like, the cabins overlook this river, and the river's gorgeous. It's just Miramichi.
Miramichi, as they refer to it.
I don't know. It's just it's so beautiful out here, and it's one of those things that I even texted my wife tonight. Like, I was like, thank you so much for letting me do this, because this really is one of those things that, like, you, like, talk about with your friends, and you kind of, like, say you want to do and dream about. And that's when I hit him up, and even he's like, we're talking about this for 20 years to do something kind of like this, and we're actually doing it, and we're living it, and it's lived up to every expectation that I've ever wanted. And I got to hang out with a bunch of cool people, and now I want to do it again. So it's just it's a blast.
It's, you know, and like the spring, we had, when we were just up here this spring, we had 12 bear hunters, and now the 12, including us, 12. So it was like 9 first time. We had 9 first time bear hunters. And honestly, like, the more we come up, like, it is cool for us to shoot a bear or whatever, but, like, it's seeing these first time people shoot the bears, like you. Yep. And, you know, and it's just, that's kind of what it's transformed into for us, is like getting up here and it's just helping out, hanging out with everybody. You know, because we can accommodate we can accommodate 12 hunters at a time between all 3 lodges.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And just getting the experience with, you know, everybody, you know, your first bears, your biggest bear, you know, first time somebody shoots, which I still haven't, but, like, you know, big chevron chest bear, you know, because all that stuff's up here, you know. It's just, I don't know. It's like you're the epitome of opening day deer camp, except you're in the Canadian wilderness and you get to shoot black bears.
Yeah, and it's, like, so exciting because, like, it was so cool seeing bear for the first time in person while I'm hunting. Like, I've never seen bear in real life. Like, I mean, maybe I've seen something, like, in passing, and I'm like, oh, that must have been a bear. But, like, I've never sat in a stand and actually seen, like, bear, like, walking through the woods until 2 nights ago. And then it was really cool. It's one of those things, like, I went to draw back 2 nights ago, and that one bear, like, kind of stopped and moved. And I remember I got a little bit back, and I set it down, and my adrenaline was going so much that I thought I was going to throw up. And it's been forever since I felt like that, because, I mean, deer hunting, like, yeah, like, I get the adrenaline kick. It'll never go away. But, like, I've done it before. I know exactly what I'm doing.
It's repetition.
Yeah. And then last night when I shot that bear, it was sitting in front of me for, like, 15 minutes, and then I was like, I'm shooting it. I'm effing shooting this bear. And I grabbed my bow slowly, it pulled back, and I shot, and it ran off. Yep. But the moment that I decided to myself, even though it's been there for 15 minutes, the moment I decided to myself I'm going to shoot this bear, that's when I was like, oh my God. And I was like, calm down. But it was amazing because it's been there the whole entire time. And here I am just looking at it like, But as soon as I thought about it,
it's completely different. It's not a deer. It's not, you know, it's not a deer. Like,
it can kill us. Your bear could take one swipe and take my whole entire head off.
It definitely had some gnarly claws.
Dude, the paws on yours were bigger than my head.
I mean, it was by far the biggest, like, paws that we've gotten, and this, like, skull. It'll probably score better than anything that I personally have.
What are you going to do with that? Are you going to get a full body mount, or what are you going to do?
You're going to put me on the spot, right?
Yes, I am.
I absolutely will have the skull cleaned up, and I'm going to get the hide tanned. It might be a rug, but then it's going to be a very large rug. So, you know,
Airport's going to get mad at you.
Yes.
Do you want to take up something on the wall or floor? Or do you just want to get a full body mount and just know where it's going to fit? I mean, what are you going to do?
Jason, listen. All right, Jason, you need to sponsor the podcast. So that way we can...
If I can get Jason to sponsor this, that'd be great. Yeah, we'll send everything there.
I don't know. Maybe a rug. We'll see. It definitely the hide will be panned, the skull will be clean, and that's the other cool thing about bears is because I need to touch on this. There's no other animal that people hunt that more is utilized. Like people want to say like all bear hunting is trophy hunting. It is not. Is the furthest thing from the truth because more like they're okay with us if somebody's like okay with the deer, but like come up here. What are we utilizing up here with the? You literally are utilizing everything. You are taking the skull. Do you take a skull of the doe? No. The hide. Do you take the hide of the doe? No. We take the meat and stuff like that, but we're utilizing the meat. Half the time up here, you can take the bear fat. You can render the bear fat, which in that case, basically, besides the intestines and stuff like the organs inside, that feeds coyotes. But besides that, like everything else off that bear is, it's perfect.
I mean, it's true, and I can't wait until I actually have some bear meat this year. And I got those tenderloins, and I'm gonna smoke them, cook them like I do venison. I'm gonna cook them well done because I don't want to.
We don't want the tricky.
Yep, because even Steven Ranella got it.
Yes.
And he's a pro, and he still got it.
I heard they had to poop in a box for their. That's how you.
Did they? Oh
I'm
God!
Not even kidding. I listened to that podcast. They had to poop in a box to get their poop.
I don't want to poop in a box. I mean, I will if I have to go that bad, but I don't have to do it for like science.
So we actually got to see some of those little worm parasite thingies a couple years back or whatever on them.
On a bear here?
On a bear, yes. So I mean, it's actually present, and not to freak anybody out, but it's present in a lot of just like pork and stuff like that. But as long as it is cooked to 160 degrees or frozen to, don't quote me on anything, but if it's frozen to a certain temperature for an extended period of time, it can also kill trichinosis.
I mean, pork now you have to cook it to 145. So I guess a lot of pork is so like cleanly raised, and it's a lot of farmed.
Yeah. I mean, and that could be a whole nother. Yeah, it's But me personally, I just stick to 160.
160 is where you want to hit. I can do that. Let's put on the Traeger, let it go, sear it off, and then hopefully I don't spit it out. I mean, it's going to be delicious. So is it so like oh God, with like bear tenderloin, when you just like cook it like let's say venison, what's the flavor of it? Is it more like beef or is it more like pork? Is it more like venison? What do you think? I've never had it, so I'm really curious.
I'd say it's more like a roast beef.
Really? Okay.
If I had to put my finger on it, I would say like roast beef. I personally prefer the roast. So typically I get most of mine made into sausage, and the roast I do crock pot. The Becca Garris or Becca
Garris.
She did like a couple years ago that Mississippi pot roast recipe. Super easy. It's like 5 ingredients, 7 hours in a crock pot on low, and it is delicious. We've served it to everybody.
Well, not me.
Not you. Sorry. You will. When we get back, we'll take care of you. So that's delicious. I've done just like pulled barbecue, like literally just did it for 7 hours with some like very limited ingredients. Some of the Montreal seasonings and stuff like that. Sprite, because I heard Sprite. One time I threw like a couple cans of Sprite in there just to see if like
why not?
Like
lemon citrus, right?
Lemon citrus, and like then like 7 hours just basically pulled it apart, shredded a little bit of barbecue sauce, and tossed like barbecue sandwiches.
I mean, it sounds delicious.
It's super simple.
I love simple things like that.
I mean, why not?
Speaking of super simple, I'm gonna get your dad in here and talk a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
Because he didn't give birth to you, but he helped create you, and we've had you on a couple times, and I want to pick his brain now. And he's sitting here smiling, looking at all the answers. He's proud of you, it looks like.
Yeah.
So, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So, tell us your name. Tell us when you got into hunting, why you love hunting, why you got brought into hunting. Like, why did you do all that?
Well, my name's Dan Bathgate. I started hunting when I was like 11 years old, and basically taught myself. My dad hunted a little bit, but he worked all the time, so he really didn't have a lot of time to take us. So we ended up doing it on our own. And because I enjoyed it so much, I obviously wanted to make sure that my kids were in it. And got Knucklehead there involved, and probably
It just latched on, huh?
yeah, probably one of the stupidest things I ever did because
So much money you spent on him and hunting.
he is so engrossed with it, it's unreal. I mean, if there's something to be hunted, he wants to hunt it. I mean, and it's a good thing. I mean, he's bringing the grandkids up into it, and everybody enjoys it, and we all have fun, spend their time down on the shore, and
That's the thing.
soon we'll be spending time up here with the grandkids.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing too. Like my favorite memories growing up of that I can remember. Period. And I had a fantastic childhood, but my favorite memories that I have. Period are hunting and camping with my dad. Like they just are the epitome of it. My dad, he can't do it much anymore. He's in nursing home now. But the thing with my dad is, so he had strokes a couple years ago, and he has a stroke-induced dementia. But the one thing that my dad, every time I see him, is he brings up hunting. That's it. That's the only thing I don't know if that's the only thing he remembers with me, but it doesn't matter because those are my favorite memories. Every single time I see my dad, which is a few times a month, he's always like, "So when we going? When we going?" Or "Hey, did you shoot that big buck yet?" Or "What are you doing?" And it's the most random things that he talks about, but it makes me so happy that the things that he talks about is this, because those are my favorite memories. And it's so cool to know that they're his favorite memories too, because those are the ones he remembers the most. So it is really cool to see you and your son out here. Like I was just watching you guys' interactions all week, and I'm jealous of it because my dad can't do it. But it's just so cool that you guys are still so into it together. Because I'm the most into it in my family. Like my brother's into it, but he's not like me. My cousin is probably as into it as me, but he just can't afford to do a little bit more. Like this, I'm almost 10 years older, and I've been doing it a little longer. But it's been really cool to witness you guys hanging out and like how much fun you've had, and it's been fun. It's fun watching. It's fun of you guys making fun of each other. And which is why I can give you guys a hard time, because he went out and shot this big bear, and I know you just want to shoot something bigger than him now, which is why it's so funny, because I'm giving you a hard time.
But as of right now, I still have the largest, heaviest bear. He has not beat me on that.
Wait, so out of all the years you've been hunting bear, you still have the biggest one?
The heavy wise, he's got the biggest skull for sure. That skull that he shot yesterday,
Last night. Oh yeah, that thing's huge.
it's the biggest skull I've ever seen in person. I mean,
But you got the heaviest one.
but I got the heaviest.
What's more important? So I guess the heaviest is more important to you right now.
As long as I beat on something. That's all that
There you go.
I don't have to have it all.
Yeah.
Just one thing is all I need.
So when you and Steve jumped in the water today,
Yep.
what was that for? I just out of nowhere I hear splashing. I look out, and you guys are in this river that's like 60 degrees and freezing. Why?
Basically, what we do every time we come up here, the bet we have is whoever don't shoot the biggest bear, the rest of us got to jump in the water. And since it's Thursday, and I only have had tonight and tomorrow night, I would much rather jump in the water today than tomorrow
That's
at
fair.
at 10 o'clock when I get back in.
Yeah.
No. So,
Then why did Steve? Fall halfway down the stairs and then jump in. Did he jump in because he was embarrassed and had to do something?
no, because he basically don't have the biggest bear, so he had to jump in.
I thought he beat me.
Yeah, but still, it's the largest. Like right now, Brad has the largest.
Oh, okay. Well, I fell in the water
And we
twice,
go
so
by
that took
weight.
okay.
Yeah.
And
So
since I
it's
fell in the water,
50
yeah, two different times.
Yeah.
I literally capsized twice today. We were in the canoe with Mason and George, and so I didn't tell you guys this, but we were across over there, and we slammed into the bank as we were trying to get over to where like the white water was that we were calling it, and we slammed into the bank. When we slammed into the bank, about 8 spiders like this big fell right into the canoe. I mean, legit dropped into the canoe. I swear to God, I thought Mason was going to jump out of the boat. He stood up. He's like, oh my God. We're rocking. We're like, sit down, sit down. He was screaming. We were like hitting these things. I was terrified. I had spiders everywhere. We're rocking the boat. I thought I was going to throw up because I was so nervous. I thought we were going to go in the water. There were spiders everywhere. It was a very, very traumatizing time for me. Okay. And then we finally get around and we were like fishing and having a good time. And then on the way back, we were going up, and this water was going directly this way. And Mason was just being a kid and just being a little dick. And he was standing up as we were going, and he was in the center up, and he was like rocking back and forth. And we're like, dude, sit the F down, man. Sit down. So he sits down, but as he sits down, we kind of hit the current, turn completely the opposite way. Current's hitting us. We start to go this way, so all three of us lean this way, right off. Boat comes up, slams Mason in the back of the head. I thought he was drowning. All our stuff is going everywhere. Oh, it was a good time. So it was a blast. So yeah, I got in the water a couple times today. So and then I went down later and I went to get in the kayak and that flipped on me as soon as I sat down. So I got in that water 3 different times today. So I swam a lot. I'm covered in bug bites. It has been a day today, but it's been fun. So. Out of all the hunting you've done, and I'm not going to put you in a spot because we're here bear hunting, but what is your favorite type of hunting or like a hunting type that you've done? Like whether it be whitetail just at home or which we all know that we all do, or is it bear here? What's your favorite?
I enjoy whitetail hunting at home because I get to do it with my grandkids.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we're around a lot more friends and family. At home. When the grandkids start coming up here, it's definitely going to be bear hunting.
So this is your favorite right now?
I truly enjoy bear hunting. I mean, it's not as easy as whitetail hunting. I mean, bears.
Their scent. I didn't know they were that they could smell it well.
I mean, when it comes down to it, a bear, I think every time you're in the woods, knows you're there. It's the difference if he's going to tolerate you or not. Because when you get to the big bears will usually come in, and if they scent you, they're gone, and they're not coming back. You pretty much took that bear from coming in on daylight. He's nocturnal now. It seems like you'll never get him to come back out. So, it's more of a challenge. I enjoy watching them. Like I video a lot, and I see a lot of bears. I mean, almost every time you come up here, I see a lot of bears.
Yeah, some of the footage you've had the past couple of days has been fun. Like we're just eating sandwiches and just watching 45 minutes of your bear footage, and it's been fun. Just sitting there, we'll just watch them. We're eating and you're just watching these bears just eat and scare each other and run around and come back and eat more. It really is fun, and like the bear hunting it's been so different because like with deer, like I know they have like amazing noses. But deer also, if you blink wrong at the wrong time, they'll pick you up. So I've learned that bear don't have the best eyesight, but their deer is that much, or their nose is that much better than a deer. So it's for me, it's been one of those things. Me and George talking about today. It's one of those things that we had to get used to because we're like, well, this is what I do for deer hunting. How much different can it be? And it truly is a different animal that we're hunting. And sometimes you have to like remember, like this is not whitetail hunting, this is bear hunting, and not only are all those sprays and like all these jams and syrups, they're not just there to draw them in. They're also there to help you get a better chance at the bear not smelling you, which I didn't think about it until I thought about it. Yeah. So it's been really fun, but seeing that black bear walk through the woods for the first time. I was like, oh my God, this thing. And then the little cub that was with it, like that was really cool seeing that. But it's amazing. They are jet black. Yeah. Yep. Jet black. And you still can't see them. And a deer is tan and you can't see it. It's just amazing how these animals, when they want to be gone, they can be gone.
They blend in so good. Everybody thinks, black's no. Black in the woods or tan, just like a whitetail. They blend in real good. I mean, like you were saying, a lot of the stuff that we put out, it's a nose jammer thing. That's what you're doing. You're putting other stuff so they smell that. It attracts them in, but it also helps. If you got scent around, it gives you a little cover.
Mask that scent. It's kind of like when you're sleight of hand, but this is like sleight of nose a little bit. Like you're hoping that they smell that just a little bit more than you, or it like brings them in that they're not paying attention to a smell that really could be off-putting. Because it's one of those things like you pull up in a diesel truck, the thing's running, and you're like, you're in a diesel truck, but they don't care about that. They care about what they can smell. And if you're in there for an hour or two, and that's all they can smell is you. And it's amazing, like watching these bears, like get me multiple times the other day. Here comes another big bear right here. Oh yeah, get the phone. Just watching them pick me up every single time, and I was like, I can't play. Like I'm doing everything right, but that wind was right there. There's nothing you can do. Like I have scent lock on, and scent lock, it doesn't get rid of your scent. It just helps you hunt. But that one was blowing right there. There's nothing you can do, and we were just screwed that day. But we saw, what, George, 8 to 12 different deer or a bear. It's just, it was crazy. Like I was like, I'm never gonna shoot a bear now because I didn't realize how good they were until then.
No, a lot of people think that their eyesight is bad. They like, oh, they can't see. They actually can see. Their eyesight is fairly good, but their sense of smell is phenomenal. I mean, there's not another animal out there that their sense of smell is any better than a bear. I mean, it's so good that you need to do scent control, cover scent,
showers before you go out,
watching the wind, making sure that your scent ain't blowing, directly to the bait. I mean, these animals, we're trying to get them in within 20 yards. I mean, and anything that close is going to know you're there. It's just the idea. You don't want them to know you're there that much that they're going to, not want to come in. And the bigger bears, generally that's what they'll come in once, and then once they get that smell, they're done.
Yeah, it was really like disheartening to see how much they were picking me up, but at the same time, it was such a learning experience actually bear hunting and being like, wow, okay, like seeing like literally bear after bear after bear walk and stop with their nose up, and I'm like, no way, and then they keep on doing it, and I'm covered. I have this much. That's it showing, and I'm like, wow, yeah. And I was just like, okay, so it really put things in perspective, just how much different every animal is. And again, I've never hunted. I mean, I've been turkey hunting, I've been duck and goose hunting, but that's not like this. As far as like big games are concerned, they truly are different every time you hunt a different species. And I guess because I've never done it before, I wasn't ready for that. I was just like, yeah, I know what I was expecting. I was just expecting deer, I guess. Like deer, I'm used to not moving at all. Like not, and like the bear, I could tell that I could move a little bit more to get my bow, but I'm still so used to deer, so I wasn't really moving. But knowing that they could smell it, like they just picked, it was different. It's been fun. I have had a absolute blast being out here. You guys have made it great. Just being able to hang out with you guys the whole entire time and just talking and like hanging out. And I'm so glad we actually got a fire. I'm so happy about it. So it has been a blast. But
we enjoy bringing people up here, people that want experience, that have never done it. Betts Kelly Lodge is just one of them places. When you come here, they make you feel like you're family. When you leave, if you leave here, with an empty belly, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
If you leave here thinking that you didn't get something, that there was something that you didn't ask, because whatever you ask for, they're going to give. I mean, they're just that type of a lodge here. I mean, they take care of the people that come here. They want return clients. They don't want to. They're not like some of the outfitters that just they charge and charge and charge and never get return clients. Most of the people that come up here are return clients. You always get the couple extras every year. We get somebody new to come up here, but usually when they come up here, they're back. They may not be back next year, but they'll be back the year after that. So.
Yeah, like I already called my brother was like, "What do you think about it?" I was like, "You got to come out here." And then my one cousin that I always hunt with, he's like, "I've got to come out." And then my other cousin hit me up and he was like, "You got the bear?" And I sent a photo. And he's like, "I'm so jealous." I was like, "Dude, like less than $3,000 for everything.
Yeah.
You got to get out here." And he's like, "I'm gonna start saving now." And I was like, "You should." Like, I mean, 50, $60 a month for the next year and a half, you'll be able to come out here, and it's really nothing. But I mean, it has been a really fun time, and it's been so much different than like I go away for like 3 or 4 nights like every year. No electricity, no running water, and we go out and we deer hunt and turkey hunt, and that's a blast. But this has been comfortable.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the Canadian wilderness. We have been eating so much that I felt like I was going to throw up multiple times. I've been going to throw up a lot of times here. I keep on saying that. With the bear smell, when we're gutting Mason's bear the other day, like I almost like he cut the guts, and I was no good. Like I literally had to walk away. But just the amount of eating, the nervousness that I've had, like I've had a good time, but I've almost thrown up millions of times. But it has been a blast, and I can't wait till next year. I'm telling Kate as soon as I get home, I'm doing this next year. I mean, she's totally down. She's the one that wanted me to come out here so much. She's been texting Brad, and she's like, "I gotta come out there, gotta be out there." And then finally, she's like, "You're doing it." But like they've been texting about this trip for me more than I've even hit him up. So I was really excited to come out here. I feel bad. I missed my two sons are born September 9th and September 11th. So I missed their birthdays. They're young enough, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to remember. I mean, my 6-year-old now, he put two and two together. He was like, "So when's my birthday?" And I was like, "Next week." He's like, "Cool. And when you going away?" And I was like, "Next week." And he was like,
Oh, all right.
"Yeah,
That.
he did."
I
He was like,
remember that,
"Okay, I
Dad.
got you." And I was like, "Ah," and I didn't really. I just changed the subject. I was like, "So about Pokemon?" Like, I'm like, "What do I do? Master Chief, right?" So, yeah, I tried everything. No, he totally knows that I was going on his birthday. So, well, thank you for hopping on the podcast.
Thank you.
I'm glad of it.
And we had a good time. We enjoy having you here. Definitely need to come back.
I'm definitely coming back. Now let's get George on here real fast. Come on, George. Come on, we're gonna talk.
George.
This is the best way is to catch people off guard and get them on a podcast. We'll talk for a couple minutes. We're only at 44 minutes. I usually get to an hour. Yeah. Oh, God. Hi, George.
Hi.
So George and I have been the closest of friends since we were, I don't know, 17, 18 years old. We started working together at Bass Pro when we were directly out of high school. George hated me at first, actually. He absolutely despised my guts because he started dating. I didn't come at you. He started dating a girl who happened to
me at the candy machine.
he started dating a girl that happened to be the identical twin of my girlfriend at the time.
I wasn't aware it existed at the time.
Yeah, he didn't know that his girlfriend had a twin sister. This is really weird. This is such a weird story. So I walked over to him.
We're all acquaintances.
I walked over to him and I was like, "What are you doing talking to my girlfriend?" And he was like, "Excuse me?" And I was like, "Stop talking to my girlfriend." I thought he knew she had a twin because he's dating this girl. Well, he went on a date with her, right? Or something.
Oh, I knew about that.
He didn't know that she had an identical twin. So that's why we met each other.
Twin, mind you.
Identical.
Can't tell the difference.
Oh, you literally could not tell the difference between these two girls at all. It was actually insane. I mean, there was times for me and you used to like sit down and I'll put my arm around Megan, you put your arm around Judy, and then they'd be like, "Oh," and we were like, "Oh, sorry, we don't know the difference." It was fantastic. So we've been hunting together for a long time, and we've been talking about doing this for forever. So when I called you and said, "I want to go on a bear hunt in Canada, I want you to go with me," what was your first initial reaction?
I was like, well, we've been planning on going and doing a hunt together, mainly an elk hunt. Actually, that's what we've been talking about for a long time. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's not that, but yeah, sure. I mean, I'll go up and partake and enjoy your good times. I wasn't at the time interested in really shooting a bear.
But now, what do you think?
Oh yeah, no, this is fun. This is a lot of fun. I'm definitely interested in the challenge, because like you said, talking earlier with the other guys, it's different. It's completely different. there's fundamentals there that you got to still abide by with any kind of animal, but it's still a different animal. You know, it's not a deer. That's all I really hunt is deer.
Yeah.
Turkey here and there, but bears. It's a whole different feeling when you got a big bear in front of you.
When you first, because you were hunting about 30 feet behind me, 30 yards. Well, I guess 30 feet behind me. And when that first bear walked out the other night, and you were like, and like whistling at me.
Yeah. Well,
how did you feel when you first saw that thing and I didn't see it?
Well, I was cottonmouth. I was just couldn't get. I don't know what sounds they don't like. I was like, wow, I guess their whistle's okay.
Apparently, they didn't mind the whistle because you whistled a couple of times and they just were walking right in like F it. But as soon as I got to that line,
yeah, it's bigger than the barrel. It's a big sow and her little cub, and it was just, other than the adorable cub, you're like, oh.
I remember I was in the woods or I was in the tree and I later looked at you and I was like, it's so cute. And you were like, I know. We're like mounting it back and forth. Like, look at those little ears. It's so, I can hold this thing.
Not do that.
I can never, like I was like, there's no way I'm shooting this mom at all. But if she didn't come in with a cub, she was big enough. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. But she stood up like over the barrel.
It's just something you don't see every day.
Completely different. I had nothing. I had zero expectations on what to think about any of it. And it's so different.
Oh yeah, it's so much fun. So we're talking about the backseat of the truck and driving. How nauseous did you get every single night going down these back roads when it's warm, it's stuffy, and Mr. Keith goes so fast on these roads, man.
With his knee, he's taking a call. And it rains.
Looking back at us while he's talking.
Like, oh, yeah. Splashing water everywhere. It's like, what is happening? Yeah, I literally felt sick for 3 days straight.
Yeah, and I think I touched this earlier, but you only usually eat like lunch and dinner. And you've eaten more in the past week than I think you've eaten in the past year combined.
That's what I'm saying. They feed you. If you're not,
they feed.
It is a real problem if you're hungry walking away from this joint.
Favorite meal so far? Beef and barley for me.
Let's see. What was the first night?
What was the first night?
It was a regular grilled chicken and vegetables and mashed potatoes.
That was for dinner. Not supper.
Excuse me.
That was for the dinner, I thought. Oh, dinner. Lunch. I'm sorry, lunch.
No, I think the beef stew was really, really good.
Oh, the thing we had tonight?
Yeah. No.
Or for
right? Or
wait, lunch. Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. Yeah, it was today.
Dinner.
I didn't know that there was a difference between like everything, but it's so weird because your in-law family, being in Upper Pennsylvania, they literally have a lot of Canadian influences, which I didn't realize.
I don't know what influence that is, but yeah, it's like Pennsylvania area over there. They say breakfast, dinner, and supper.
Which is I've never heard it before. And then when she was explaining it, or when it was it you, Brad, explaining it? I forget. And then George was like, "Oh yeah."
I think it was a combination.
Yeah. But I just didn't.
My grandfather was like 96 years old, so who knows what happened in the past 96 years?
A lot in past 96 years old.
That's how he says it. So.
I've realized, like, I was like kidding around, like I talk in the Canadian accent, and now literally when I'm talking, I'm like, oh my god, I'm doing the up inflection the entire time, and at first I was like terrified of going home and having a Canadian accent, but now I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna make sure it's so thick that I piss my wife off, and I'll be like, what are you talking about? Like, I want her to be mad at me. Yeah, sorry, Kate. I mean, not really, but I love listening to these old timers here, like, talk. It is fascinating to me, like, hearing their stories, but also just listening to how it's not like a different language, but just hearing how this accent's, like, when they talk to us, they like almost make it to where we can hear it. When they talk to each other, they don't. It's like no holds bar, and it is like, hey, and I was like, oh my god, I can't understand anything. They like switch it on and off. I know you said that too.
Yeah, no, it's the same with you talking to us. We're goofing around. It's like some people look at me and they think I'm from a deep south. I'm like, nah, Baltimore. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a whole different accent altogether, but yeah.
Yeah, when I worked at the NRA, I remember people, because like at the NRA, it was like this there's a group of all these other people for like the publications division. It was people from all over the country that would come in and like write for the NRA. And I remember people were like, it's your Baltimore accent. It's so thick. And I'm, it's in Fairfax. Like I'm not that far away. And I'm like, I don't feel like I have any kind of like weird thing, but these people aren't from this area. They're from like out west and out in San Diego that got like a writing degree that are out. There are people that work at the NRA in my division that wanted nothing to do with hunting or guns at all, but we needed writers and we needed editors, and they would hire these people, and there were some people that were like, I'll never shoot a gun in my entire life, but guess what they did? I got them to shoot a gun. And they loved it once they did. But these people were from like California, and they would literally come in and they thought my accent was crazy. Yeah. And I'm like, me? Like, no way. But it really is amazing how like just like and then coming to a different country. And I didn't realize, and you didn't realize either, we're an hour ahead.
Yeah.
It's still making me like
it's just an hour, but
yeah, it's an hour, and then man, just like the gas prices. What the F?
Why is it $7 a gallon of gas?
Brad, walk over here. Walk over here. Walk over here and talk. Because me and George earlier were doing math while at the gas station.
Well, we still don't completely understand it, but it's liters, right?
Yeah, well,
it's liters,
and you converted the liters to that.
A liter, right?
Okay,
Yep.
so how many liters are in a gallon?
3.7.
Okay. So when you bump it up, it's basically double what we pay.
Right.
It's literally $7.50 a gallon.
$7.50 a gallon, but they don't pay the same taxes on vehicles when they register them here. They don't have like all the yearly registration issues and stuff that we pay for. That's what you're getting.
Looks like they all drive F-350.
Yeah, like they all have these giant trucks, and we're like, how?
Yeah. Well, hey, can I say this real quick? Screw Irving. No,
there's a lot of Irvings out here.
Yes.
There's an Irving.
Irving owns everything.
Irving owns the
lumber that
the lumber.
Yes. So all the trucking, all the gas stations, he owns everything. Like
it's one guy.
It's one guy named
so
Irving.
it's the Irving legacy of. I mean, the original Irving's long gone, but he basically owns the government.
Wow.
He owns the schools. He owns the highways. He owns the everything.
Take it easy.
Everything.
Yeah, just
but a lot of the people, because what he does, just to. It's that as Americans, we don't jive with that. Like
no, it's weird.
We like everybody like kind of mixing, and having their hand in it. But no.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, how can they afford put gas in these things every
But when you're not
week?
paying, when you think about your registrations and everything else, that's where it kicks in.
There's got to be something.
Also, insurance. Their insurance is way cheaper up here.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, that's nice and everything, but as an American that went to fill up his gas tank the other day, he was like, just put it like 2 gallons in. I was like, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. That was my bad.
I have like 78 miles until empty. I'm going all the way. I'll push it across the border.
Yes. I'll just get behind you.
You're going to have to. I'm going to call you and be like, I'm out of gas. I have 2 miles to go. You need to drive out and push me
drive
the border.
it.
Because I was like, I was like, I'll just top it off. And then we were looking at the gas. I went to get like an energy drink, and I was like, no effing way is that much.
How much was your energy drink?
Like $4.50 Canadian.
Oh, so that's not that bad.
No. So what? It's like $3.
We still don't understand the exchange rate. So
70 cents. That's all I know.
Anybody interested in hunting, make sure you bring U.S. currency with you, because
I don't understand why they love you. Well, they don't love it, but they use it.
Our dollar is about $1.30.
Right.
Of their
Exactly.
money.
Yeah.
Roughly, give or take.
Cents to, well, that's what
Yeah.
Google said to
70.
our
Okay.
dollars,
Yeah.
But in America, we would never take another currency.
No, you have to exchange it.
But they'll literally
here
do
they
it
will. Here they will.
Why?
I mean, like Mexico will too. If you go down Mexico, same thing.
It's so weird to me.
But and we don't. I guess,
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
because we're America.
America.
Yeah, but I can't say that because
We
I
have the
love
dollar.
Canada.
Yeah, but Canada's been fantastic. Canada has been such a cool spot because I've never been out of the country like this before, and a lot of people are super nice.
Everyone's super nice.
They are.
That I've met.
I watched Miss Shannon hug somebody in a dollar store the other day. And I asked her why. And she said, because she used to be mean to me. Now she's nice. That was why she hugged her.
We have never ran into anybody whether we're in a restaurant, gas station, grocery store,
Yeah.
whatever.
If somebody will cut you off, or you cut somebody off by accident, and then they oh, sorry about that.
Sorry.
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
Sorry about dude.
Are you gonna do
Sorry
like the
about-
South Park little heads?
Sorry about that guy. I'm not your guy, friend. I'm not your friend, guy. We've been doing a lot of South Park stuff a lot. I'm not parent. Yeah, South Park is the epitome of making fun of Canadians, but it's because they're so nice. That's why they make fun of them, and it's hilarious.
They make fun of themselves, and it's great. It's the way we all really should be.
Everyone's very polite.
We were talking about this on the boat today before it capsized for the 15th time for me. How like we just gotta be nice to each other. Like, let's just be nice. Let's all go out and hunt and fish. You know what? I think if everybody was outside
Not that hard.
hunting and fishing and sitting around a campfire and drinking a little bit and like making each other dinner, a lot less of that. People would be so much friendlier to each other. We'd have a good time.
Turn
You know.
the fucking TV off. Turn the TV.
Turn the TV off and sit outside. It's- It's so simple.
Help somebody.
You know what, guys? This was a blast. I'm so glad you convinced me to bring all my stuff out. And I only brought one cord because I'm an idiot. We have hardly any internet, so I really hope this is recording correctly. But
So we have.
oh god.
We also got sponsored this by Block Target.
Oh, Block Targets is literally holding us up right now. Block Target, if you ever want to like throw out some stuff, I'm here too.
Excellent. Excellent.
Doesn't work real good right now. But
Camo cup, Jack and Coke. Oh, what else we got over here that we're using? Oh, big truck.
Big truck.
Hey Kip, if you ever want to hang out
Big truck.
and do the podcast with me or just go hunting with us, Kip, I'm all about everything in your past and your future and present, okay?
All you got to do is bring the beer.
Bring some beer.
Dude, you have to bring a beer. Just give me hugs.
Bring hugs.
Yeah, just bring hugs. I mean, and beer. I'll take big truck all the time. Well, guys, thank you. Thanks for joining in. And I'm going to try to turn this off without burning the crap out of myself. And I really hope that this all worked. Because who knows?
Who knows?
Sound
Just
guy?
recorded an hour and stared at a screen for no reason.
It could have been a million things. You could be this sound quality, like the video is recorded, but the sound quality could be terrible. I don't know.
We'll see.
I got computers to edit. I'll make something worth it.
Pulled the last one out of that beautiful little butt of yours.
And it turned out great, didn't it? It turned out fantastic. Oh, God, let's get up. But thank you guys for joining, and we're going to finish drinking the rest of this Jack Daniel and all the big truck. Kip, big truck. Bye.